Hello there, it's Sarah from Paper Lovely. Thanks for joining me today. I'm working with the Spellbinders June 2019 card kit. I'm going to go ahead and jump right into card number 1 here. So I've taken some of the die cuts that were included to create these sunglasses, and I'm also going to actually make not working sunglasses, but an actual pair of sunglasses instead of just using the pieces. So I've got a scrap piece of acetate and I've trimmed everything out from MFT's Poppy cardstock. Here I've taken 4 very thin stripes of that leftover cardstock, and I would say they're no more than 1/8 of an inch wide, probably just slightly over, and I've added some Scor-Tape to the back, and it's difficult to see here, but I am placing that on top of a scrap piece of acetate. So I figured out that I could add both of these hearts on this small piece if I flipped one upside down. So I'm just going to add that 4th stripe on half of the acetate. And once I've got those down, I'm going to add some art glitter glue behind each of the frames, and I'll go ahead and place those down. Next, I'm going to go ahead and just trim around the outside, get rid of all that excess, and now I'm laying out my sunglasses. So I had originally taken what I now know is the candle, one of the candles, and trimmed that out as well to create the bridge of the glasses. And if I were to do this again, I think I would actually just trim off a piece slightly smaller. It's slightly too thick, but it's not too noticeable, so I just went with it. I'm going to glue both of these on either side of that. I've trimmed that down to about 1 inch wide, maybe slightly under. And then of course I'm going to add the sides off over here as well. And then I'll score those and fold them over. And there are my sunglasses. So I trimmed down this pink polka dot pattern paper to 4x5 1/4. Added some of the double-sided tape behind it, and I'll place that on top of my card base. So once you fold the glasses over, you can't really see that I've taken all of that time to create an actual pair of sunglasses. So I want to make these that they can slide off of this project life card, and I'm just going to attach this halfway. And I did that first top tape at sort of an angle, so that way the glasses will sit at that angle and the card will be stuck down nice and tight, but you'll be able to slide that over the top. I think my niece and nephew will get a really big kick out of those. I'm adding a little bit of some Heidi Swap gold color shine here just to give a little bit of sparkle to the front of the card. I'm going to peel away the backing from this double-sided tape, and I will go ahead and place my Project Life card on the top of my card base. And then I'll just slide those glasses down over the top. For the inside sentiment, I'm going to use one of the included stickers, and this reads, "You brighten my day." Just grab my ruler there and make sure I've got that nice and centered. And that will complete card number 1. So here for card number 2, I've created a yellow card base from one of the included cardstocks, and I've trimmed down this lemon pattern paper to 4x5 1/4. I'm going to add some double-sided tape to the back of that, and I'll place that on top of my card base. And then I've pulled out these ephemera pieces, so I'm just going to lay these out on the top, and once I'm happy with the layout, I'm going to grab that bottle and I'll glue that down first. And then I'll go ahead and glue down the banner sentiment. Then for a little bit of dimension, I'm going to go ahead and pop up this sunshine die cut. I'll go ahead then and peel away the backing and then place that on top. For the inside, I'm again using one of the sentiment stickers. This one reads "Thank you," and I'll place that in the middle. And that will complete card number 2. So here for card number 3, I have trimmed down this pattern paper to 3 3/4 by 5 1/2. And right now I'm adding some of that double-sided tape along either edge, and I'm going to add a little bit of that gold cardstock behind it, just to add a little stripe off of either side. So I'm going to go ahead and place this down here. Next time I do this, I think I will just trim off a small piece of this first. I was thinking that I could get in closer than I actually could with my cutting tool, and I wanted to get a nice straight edge so that I could use it on the opposite side. So what I ended up doing was trimming it, and then you'll see I go in with my scissors here and cut down the middle, and then I can just use that straight edge along the other side. So again, I'll peel away the backing and then place that down to add just a little gold edge along the side. And I'll go ahead then and trim away the excess. So I've used the rest of that gold mirror cardstock to trim out this dog balloon. And I really liked this die cut because it has some great dimension. I always love those stickers that they give us that have the popped up pieces on top of them, and this is just like that. So I can see myself making a lot of these for some Happy Mail gifts to give away. It trims out, of course, the full dog if you just want to use that, and then you can also pop up the ear, nose, 2 of the legs, and the tail. And now I'm going to put everything together. So I'm going to add some of that double-sided tape behind my panel. I added 4 layers this time, 1 along each edge and then 1 along the inside edges of those gold pieces. I'll peel away the backing and then I'm going to center that on my card base. I've grabbed one of the stickers. I'm going to place that down for the background here. And then I'll also go ahead and place down this bunch of balloons. I'll go ahead and glue the dog balloon in place. And then I wanted to have this sentiment popped up, so I'm going to place a few of the pop dots behind here. And I'll peel away the backing and then pop that in place. For the inside, I'm grabbing another one of these stickers. This time I went with Enjoy Today. And again, I'll just use my ruler to make sure I get that nice and straight on the inside of my card. And that will complete card number 3. So card number 4 here is pretty simple. As soon as I saw these sentiments, I knew this was what I wanted to do with them. I did do a little bit of stamp surgery here, and I just grabbed one of the stamps and cut the word U out from it. So I'm just going to stamp that along the bottom here. I'm working on a Neenah panel trimmed to 4 by 5 1/4, and I stamped that using my VersaFine Onyx Black ink. For each of these sentiments, I'm going to go ahead and add just a line of foam tape behind there, and I'll pop each of those up to give the card a little bit more dimension. I did then grab my mono drawing pen, and I'm just going to add a period behind that stamped U. I'll add some ATG to the back, and I'll place that on top of a black card base. For the inside, I've again grabbed one of those stickers, this time just going with that gold heart, and I placed that again on a Neenah panel trimmed to 4 by 5 1/4. I'll add some ATG to the back and place that on the inside of my card base. And that will complete card number 4. So here for card number 5, this is my favorite. I'm really excited by how this turned out. It was a little touch and go at the beginning, but I wanted to add a little bit of dimension to these cotton candy cutouts. And to try to make them look more realistic, I just grabbed a regular cotton ball, and I'm just touching that onto, let's see, this is Lawn Fawn Peachy Keen ink. So I'm tapping that down, I'm brushing it along, and I'm not getting a solid, pink color. There's a lot of variation there. Some parts are darker, some parts are still white. But I'm just sort of spreading that out with my fingers and then wrapping it around the die cut. I love this. I want to make tons more of these. I was so happy with how it came out, especially as I started working. I was like, I don't know about this, but I'm really pleased with how it looks. So I'm just wrapping that around, and then I grabbed my Scor-Tape, and I'm just going to place one stripe along the center to hold that in place. For the blue cotton candy, I'm using Lawn Fawn Minty Fresh ink. Now you'll see me put this Scor-Tape behind all 3 of these, and that was a little bit tricky. I think the next time I do this, I will place maybe the Scor-Tape down first, and then as I wrap it around, I'll touch the cotton on top of that, because later on when I try and place these down, you'll see I add some pop dots, and they do not want to stay because the backing is still on the tape. And if I take the backing off the tape, that was even more difficult. I got it to work, but next time, or if you want to give this a try, I would do it a little bit differently. So here I've grabbed just a plain Neenah panel trimmed to 4 by 5 1/4, and I've placed that on top of a pink card base. I'm going to get these guys laid out here. And now you'll see what I'm talking about. So I'm going to, I'm going to place down my sticker sentiment first. So I've grabbed Happy Birthday from the sticker sheet, and we're going to place that here down in the middle. And now I'm going to pop up the cotton candy. So for this one, you'll see I did peel away the backing, and I'm going to place down some pop dots. And so it was difficult getting them down, and it was even more difficult getting the backs off of these, just because they wanted to peel off from the cotton. And it was, I ended up just using my needle that I keep in my art glitter glue container and using that to get all of the backings peeled off of these. But eventually I got there, and I'll go ahead and place that down on the center of my panel. Now here for this one, I've left the backing on, and that did make placing things down a little bit easier, but they did want to peel off of that once I started taking off the backing. But this was definitely the better of the two ways to go about doing this. I went ahead then, of course, and placed down that third cotton candy, and here for the inside I've got another Nina panel trimmed to 4x5 1/4, and I'm going to place down that sticker that reads "You are the sweetest." I'll add some ATG to the back and then place that on the inside of my card base. And that will complete card number 5. Here are a few close-ups of the finished cards. In the description box below, you'll find my blog post, which has additional photos and links to the supplies I used. If you enjoyed the video, please leave me a comment or a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.